Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing episode 8 of Haikyuu. And guys, sometimes in life you realize, wow, I probably should have done live reactions to this show instead of reviews, because reviews don't really do much for this show because it's volleyball and it's not like a reviewable thing. It is, but it isn't at the same time. I feel like live reactions would have been better, but here we are doing reviews because that's what I do, so let's get started. In this episode, well, things happen. Guys, it's episode 8. I can't even deal with this right now. Halfway through the episode, I was like, oh, wow, we're episode 8. Wait, what? That means it's almost done. Yep, so in this episode we see Karasuno and Shiratorizawa kind of tie up. They are at match point. It's a very tense situation because one person keeps getting a point, then the other gets a point, and they keep going into deuce, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And we do see Karasuno catch up to Shiratorizawa because the whole Ushijima was serving, but then he somehow made a mistake and then is back to Karasuno. It's very convenient that he made a mistake at like a match point moment. No, they weren't at match point yet, but sometimes convenient mistakes happen and you're like, thank you. Or convenient blocks, like Hinata's block, where you're like, how did that even happen? When Ushijima spiked it and then Hinata was like, well, pow! I don't even know how that works. Hinata's got like these random like mad skills going on. Like that one time where he like spiked it, but like not really. He like hit it with one hand, and then this time where he like blocked it with one hand. I don't really know. Hinata's just Hinata. He does his own thing. But this episode was a goodie, a good one again, because a lot of feels, of course, a lot of suspense. There's just a lot going on. I'm stressing out because it's like literally, this is the match set. Like, this set determines who wins the match. Who's gonna win? I don't know. We get to see Suga Mama do his thing again, and it was great. Him and Tanaka had like this really cool moment where they did a spike, and then they like chest bumped, and I love Suga so much, and Suga really held his own. I'm so happy that he didn't have to do some derpy thing to like get a point. Like in the previous seasons, he always ended up like getting hit in the face, falling down, something dumb, and I'm like, Suga, but like this episode, this season is like really showing that Suga is a capable player, and I love it because we actually get to see Suga Mama play, so it makes me happy. As well, we see some strong attacks from Shiratorizawa from not Ushijima ace, but the other ace, Sumoto? I can never say his name. Bangs guy. Blue Bangs guy. He kind of gets stressed out at one point and he gives them a bunch of points to Karasuno, but he kind of mans up and gets all his thoughts together when Ushijima is like, hey, you have the skills, what are you doing? So that was the thing. Also, their pinch server, we get to see some of him and his serving, and it's pretty good, and you get a little nervous, but don't worry, Karasuno picks himself right back up, and you're like, yes, Karasuno. But it is at one point the match point, and well, what happens? Oh yes, Shiratorizawa ends up getting the point, so it becomes back to deuce, I think was the situation. And they all looked really gloomy. Karasuno was so sad, but then Ukai was just like, don't let your heads down, like, raise your heads up. Like, volleyball's not a sport about looking down, it's about having your heads like raised high or something like that. And you're like, oh, the feels, oh my gosh. And the moment when he says that and you see every single person on the court on Karasuno's side, obviously they kind of just like pick themselves up and you're like, oh, yes, so much hype. We see Kageyama come back onto the court and him and Hinata do their freaky quick thing, and you're like, how are you guys even real people? And we're like, sick, awesome, we got Kageyama back, Hinata's on court, everything is lining up for perfection. Suga, you did your part, you were amazing. But then, by the end of the episode, we get like the best news ever. Guess who's back on court? Suki. Yes, Suki. Yes, so I'm excited. This is just like lining it up for like the most intense last like set showdown. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We also got to see a little Yamaguchi action where he comes on court and he actually does, he does a lot of good things, and you're like, yes, Yamaguchi, because I think before when he came on court for earlier in the match, he kind of like, he did his thing, but you know, like he kept getting shut down or something, or Ushijima shut him down. Things happened. This one, Yamaguchi, you did good, and I'm seeing all my babies do good, and it's making me feel so happy. We also kind of get to see a little backstory on Shiratorizawa's coach. It kind of makes me sad a little bit, because he actually used to be, well, he is still a little shorty, but he also used to be a shorty back in his younger days. Like, he didn't like shrink with age. Like, he was kind of always a shorty, and kind of made me a little sad, but we kind of see his thought process and like where he's coming from. So that was interesting. This season is just going really great. I love it. Hope you guys liked this review. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I make a bunch of videos a week, and bye!